Today, I'm going to talk about the most interesting and unusual ways to break the plot of GTA 5. Just by going off-plot and doing things in ways Rockstar didn't expect you to do, you can come across a whole bunch of weird, illogical, and funny things that shouldn't even be possible. And I'm not talking about mods, cheat codes, and all that nonsense. I'm talking about things that any A player can encounter completely accidentally using only in-game mechanics. For example, after robbing a jewelry store, the logic of the plot, you're supposed to drive into this tunnel, but there's nothing to stop you from taking the same route upstairs just by following your partners without going into the tunnel at all. Well, that's interesting, of course, but that's so unusual, you might ask, is that while you're driving in the tunnel, a script is triggered, a script that changes the time of day to 7 p.m. no matter what time you enter the tunnel. When you leave the tunnel, the city will already be evening in the tunnel. You won't notice the time change drastically. But what if we take the top? See for yourself. That's not the only time the Rockstar screwed up the time of day. On the very first mission from Lester, we have to call Jay Norris during the unveiling of his new smartphone, and then the device will explode right next to his head in front of millions of viewers. We must do so while watching this show live on TV. However, the developers clearly didn't realize that the player might not be in a hurry to catch the show and go do his own thing for a walk somewhere in the yard. It's nighttime, and Michael will sit down to watch. But when we turn on, we see that the live show is still on in the daylight, which shatters the illusion of a live show for the player. Next, if you're a little go off script during the mission where you have to steal a car from Michael's garage, you'll see how poorly designed it is. First of all, when you fire the gun with a silencer on the TV, Jimmy the asshole will continue to play the game and stare at as if the TV was working. But what's funnier is that when you walk into the garage and the gate opens right away, it's like the developers are telling us to get in and drive away. But if we don't do what they tell us to do and just run out the garage, then suddenly the gate will open for Franklin, including from the outside, as if he were the owner of the house. Mind you, he didn't pick up any keys, and if you wanted to get into the house right away through the garage door in the beginning, you wouldn't have gotten in. It's likely that Rockstar did this purely for convenience, so that the player doesn't have to go all the way all over again. For example, in the episode Deep Embedding, Franklin disguises himself in an actor's costume to pass as an actor and quietly steal a car. The key is not to draw too much attention. What's the one thing that can unexpectedly, your covert operation as it turns out, an ordinary cell phone? If you take it out of your pocket, all the people on the site will go into a panic. The staff will start running in, and the guards will open fire to shoot you in the face. Yeah, you guessed right. In this episode, the NPCs reacts to the phone as a weapon. That's it for today. And if there's any more weird stuff that Rockstar didn't want you to use, I'll tell you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and comment, and we'll hear from you soon.